What's going on, guys? It's Coach Derek. Want to go live? We hadn't been a show in a couple of weeks. Uh, since a lot of y'all know, guys who follow the show, y'all know Quentin Randa is fighting on the Triller April 17th show on Triller on the Triller app with Regis Prograis versus Ivan Red Catch. Uh, but I guess the big deal is Jake Paul and the Ben Askren. Uh, like most boxing people, bro. When they was telling me about these gimmick fights and these reality or YouTube guys, I was dismissive. Uh, but the truth is, man, boxing has changed, man. The whole game has changed, man. It seems like promoters are becoming less and less needed. Maybe COVID has facilitated some business changes. I don't know. Who knows? No one knows. If they tell you, they know they're lying. Uh, but anyway, after looking at the numbers and seeing how much Tyson Jones sold with this Paul kid on there, and I think that's the one where he knocked out the basketball player. Uh, Man, there's no denying the popularity of these shows, man, and anybody knows the key to making money is popularity, people watching. So every fighter is trying on a show that crosses over, can get mainstream eyes. The reason why Ray Leonard, De La Hoya, Mike Tyson are the biggest stars in boxing history is because they had mainstream crossover appeal. People outside of the sport watching them, and when they was fighting it, those people was coming. It was a spectacle. So, uh, whatever helps the sport, whatever helps the fighters, I'm for. But I'm I have no clue uh, who these guys are. So I figured I need to familiarize myself with these guys. So it seems Jake Paul is a YouTube kid who had uh, some YouTube fights or something, but he had a couple fights in the ring, exhibitions, and he's knocked out a basketball player who thought because he's an athlete he can box. I guess he found out that don't work. And this Ben guy is a MMA UFC guy. I don't know if he was a champion or not, but he was with the biggest promotion in MMA. So being a trainer and being in boxing for most of my life, uh, I like to see every interaction with opponents, see how they interact with each other, how they deal with each other. Uh, and with the luxury of YouTube, now you can go on there and see people, see if they know how to fight or not. Uh, so I seen the Ben Askren guy. I think he's training with Roach. Uh, a few training videos, and man, he can't box. He can't box at all. Um, Nor does he proclaim to be able to box, but he thinks because he's been on shows and actually fought people that he'll rise to the occasion, it seems like. And he thinks that the Jake Paul kid is not a real fighter, which I guess he didn't come the traditional way to boxing, but I would agree with him. I'm not saying he's no real pugilist anyway, but uh, he has been boxing for a couple of years, has been training, and I've seen him hit the bag and training, and he's no Ray Robinson by a long shot, but uh, you can see he's familiar with fighting and throwing punches, boxing, throwing combination punches. I think this Ben Askren guy is making the same mistake that all the MMA guys make, man, at the highest level. And at the highest level, when I'm talking about the Conor McGregor, man, the whole time he was talking about fighting Lil Floyd, he always throughout the whole build up, man, he showed no fear. His body language was right. He really didn't have no fear for Lil Floyd. It was real. He really was dismissive of the guy. It showed. His body language read that and everything. But these MMA guys, man, and listen, I don't know too much about it, and I don't proclaim to be, but I like, a good fight. I watch Khabib and Conor McGregor and them in the fights in the octagon, and these guys, they real dismissive over a skill set that takes a lifetime to learn, man. A lifetime to learn. And they just they figure they wrestle, they I guess jiu-jitsu and wrestling and kicking and all this thing. So they say, punching, what's punching? That's just one thing I could do. No, man. No, man. Pugilism is a science, man. And so you guys throw punches, man. When y'all in that octagon, man, y'all throwing punches at people. That's not boxing. You have no idea about distance, about range, about combination punching. None of that shit, man. And to think you could just say, oh, they just punching, so I'll be competitive with a boxer. That's why in the boxing ring it doesn't translate, man. And I'm afraid this Ben Askren guy is doing the same fucking thing, man. He's thinking because he fought before and he's been on a big stage in mixed martial arts that what's a boxing ring? We're gonna throw punches. Now, people can land Hail Marys all the time. It happens all the time, and so you never discount that. But man, looking at him throw punches, man, it's kind of it's less than amateur. He really has zero boxing, man, and the Jake Paul guy, at least he knows how to throw a proper punch, man. And he seems to have the size advantage. So my point is this: reading the body language from the press conferences. Look, Ben Askren ain't afraid of this kid, nor should he be. But I think he's doing what a bunch of MMA guys do, and that's that dismissive of what boxing is. And it's not going to turn out well. And I'm sure that's probably why he's the opponent with this kid. A basketball player is an athlete. Doesn't mean he can fight. An MMA guy is a fighter and an athlete, but he's not a boxer. And they're gonna box. I don't know, man. I don't. Unless he lands a Hail Mary, man, I think it's gonna get pretty rough for this kid, this Askren kid, and it's crazy because he's the fighter. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on this Jake Paul Ben Askren fight that we taking part in on April 17 in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. My guy Quentin Randall, two-time national champion, captain of Team USA. We turned pro at the end of 2019. The pandemic set us back, so we sitting at 7-0. This will be our 8th fight on Triller on the undercard. We're fighting a kid out of Cincinnati named William Action Jackson. Now he's 12 and 13 and 2. So he's got experience. He's from a fight city, a fight town. I hear he's with I think Stafford, Coach Stafford, Broner's original coach. So he ought to bring something. But anyway, hey, look, man. I did this a couple weeks ago with Robert Redmond, so I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to win this picture. This is an 8x10 from Quentin's fight on Top Rank against Juan Carlos on a Lopez Lomachenko card. It's an 8x10 sign. Just to show y'all guys some appreciation for supporting the show, supporting Quentin. Comment Team Quick Draw underneath the video, and however many of you guys comment, we'll pick a name and I'll get your address and send you that picture signed 8x10 of Q. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, man. See y'all in Atlanta. Oh, Saturday we're talking to 125-pound national champion Julie Rodriguez from Houston. She won the Nationals, 10-time national champion, man. I'm a huge fan. This girl can fight, man. She's special. That's what I'm going over, brother. The Jake Askren, Ben Askren, Jake Paul fight, man. That's what this video is about. I just covered it. I'm about to sign off, but basically I give my reasons why I believe I think the Paul kid is gonna beat him pretty handedly, short of him landing the Hail Mary, man. And I covered my reasons. But y'all tune into the podcast Saturday at 4 p.m. That's a good bet. I think that's a good bet, brother. And I give my analysis, bro. So when I log off here, just rewind the video, man. Julie Rodriguez, 10-time national champion, man. Y'all tune in Saturday, 4 p.m. The Soap Boxing Podcast. We'll be live here on YouTube, and they post it on Facebook as well on the Soap Boxing Podcast Facebook. And you guys go ahead and comment under here, Team Quick Draw. And we'll pick a winner. I'll get your address and send you that 8x10. We're fighting William Action Jackson. He's 13 and 2 out of Cincinnati, man, on the Triller card, on the Jake Paul Askren undercard. I like to call it the Pro Gray Red Cash card. That's the homie Regis, man. I look for him to have a spectacular outing. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the support for the podcast, for Quentin, for the team. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I'm about to go in the gym now. I'm going.